Well, I need to resize the text for that. It was supposed to say starting soon, trademarked. Ah, well, that's a problem for another day. How fares everyone today? You know, it might actually help if, while I'm addressing you, I keep the chat on my main screen. Plus, this would be a good way to see how the latency is right now, too. Stream quality health is reporting to be good. Yeah. I'm pretty much going to treat the face cam like a... Am I in the mood to show my face? Pretty much whether or not the face cam exists depends on whether or not I hate myself for the day. Kind of a dark way to put it, but, you know, sometimes you just don't want to be seen. And as mentioned before, I'm going to keep changing the backing on this web camera to fit the game I'm playing. So, depending on what I play, this will change. Don't expect it to ever be fully transparent though, because that looks really weird with the frame. Especially with this in the way. Here I can actually show you. I demonstrated this on Twitch yesterday, but, you know what, why not? Wait a moment, what is that behind me? Why does that say... Oh, that's... I'm an idiot. That's the PS5 screen. I was like...
Does this camera have a battery life or something? Does it only have 24 hours?
That makes no sense, it's wired! Sorry about that, I'm dumb. But yeah, you can see how weird this looks. Like, this is right in the way. There we go, we keep the background. Greetings to you, Citra King. How fares everyone today?
Also, if I'm not looking right at you, it's because the chat is down here, and you
are up there. Of course, I can just sit here and stare into your eyes if you wish. Though at some point it may become uncomfortable for you. Which, funnily enough, whenever I speak with people offline, I always look them dead in the eye like this. Very rarely blinking. It's a good way to keep the conversation short, because they get uncomfortable very quickly. Of course, I also don't usually have a bright-ass light in my face like this one. Plumbers are usually pretty expensive. So I can understand the connotation of a disaster for your wallet. Oh no, you're perfectly fine, Striker. That stream was fun. Admittedly, one of the benefits of streaming on YouTube is you can't ban shit here. You cannot ban any of my parries. Not while I'm here. There is no system for it. Admittedly, made for some interesting fights. I've also got the Twitch set up to do alerts for that now. So when someone redeems one of those action bans, not only will it show on screen what you're specifically banning, but it'll also read it out with text-to-speech. So be very specific about what you're banning, and when you're banning it. Because running the timers on my own end, a little complex to juggle. So I'd say if you want something banned in-game on Twitch, well, take your time. And hope someone doesn't swipe it out from under you.
Shit.
Now you can see me if I start to boogie. I said, don't know how I feel about that. I can't just dance with music anymore. By the way, since someone mentioned it yesterday, let's do this real quick. There you go. Looking kinda similar, isn't it? Admittedly, not exactly the same color, and there's no eye patch. But again, eye patch conflicts with the glasses. Yep, there we go. Side to side. So anytime I say I look like the avatar I use, I'm not kidding. I really am a bald ginger bastard. Admittedly, I'm a little better animated than my avatar is. You know, higher frame rate. Anyway, as soon as this song ends, we'll actually get started. I think. Never mind, a new one just began. Fuck that, we're starting. Let me just move you back over to where I can actually see you and play the game at the same time. You're swapped over, we will hit record in 3, 2, 1. We are now recording and we are starting. I remember that as well, Citric. Also, just a note for those who were not in the Twitch stream yesterday. This is where the gameplay is. If I look over here, I'm looking at you in the chat. If I'm looking over here, I'm looking at whoever's in the voice chat with me. Probably 6 at random. I have no bloody idea where I left off. For Amber. What is Amber? Wait, I know what I can do. Seven high houses. I still hate seeing Empress Annabella. Well, this doesn't help me at the moment. If I check the world map, it might be better. Let's first secure passage to the distant Iron Kingdom. Right, we're looking for their uncle. I genuinely could not remember. It is... I haven't streamed this since July 13th. That is how busy I've been. Looks like frame rate's running alright. Let's get into combat and actually test it. Because I've been playing God of War and I know that's going to screw with me. Should be a Minotaur. Oh, Yegus. So that's how I do that. Oh, that's lock on. Okay.
Over here!
That is magic. That is the special action. I see. I am definitely rusty. I forgot I had that on. I see it. Decent amount, but not the best. Ha! I've not lost my touch for the parrying, at least. I have lost my touch for everything else. There we go, got the full one that time. Let's see your question. Let me change my opinion on going for face cam. Ah, I can answer that. You see, Monty got me into a voiceover class that I needed a web camera for. So I ended up buying one. However, this thing was expensive as fuck. So using it for a one-off class seemed like a bad idea. Ergo, trying to find more uses for it. So I figured, why not? Just go ahead and use it for streams. What else would I use it for? I'm not a VTuber. So, now you get to deal with my ugly mug. Not always, but when I feel like it.
Nice try.
Getting better at dodging.
Over here!
Gotcha. Now you are mine. My timing is off. Go. Try to get this up to 150.
Over here! This one.
All right. Ooh, nice hit. If I remember correctly, There we go, limit break. Gotcha. I'm glad I'm learning the parries in this.
This one.
More specifically, I'm glad the parries are on an attack button. Makes it feel more active than parries normally are. Fine.
This one.
I can parry after a perfect dodge? Oh, that is delightfully dumb. Sticks? No, Bracky's gonna hate me for that. Either way, that's enough. I'm sufficiently unrusted. Alright, caught up on chat. I'm glad Goots is fine.
Those men didn't hurt Martha, did they?
When Monty eventually gets to play this, she's going to love Goots.
And what can I do for you? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
I'm already stocked up on everything. Those orchestrion rolls are too expensive.
Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
I believe last time we dealt with all the hunt marks, so... Only thing to do at this point is to actually head out to do this story.
Your uncle always seemed a kindly soul, if a little eccentric.
I'm pressing all the buttons to do God of War's map and all that. So I already know this is going to be a time. Just making certain there's no quests and no hunts anywhere. Oh, off we go. Let me know if at any point there's any issues whatsoever with the stream.
This one. Get him. All yours, Torgal.
So delightfully dumb. There is, yes. That's the guy that helps out, what's his name? I know the one you're talking about, I just cannot remember his name. There we go, there's a full one. I believe you're correct about it being auto. There we go. This is actually useful for crowd control. I'm surprised.
Over here.
I am still very rusty. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, yes! There we go. Nice hit. Very nice. Very, very nice. I always do better with the stronger enemies.
This one. Go to him. Get him.
Bluebird. Splendid.
Over here. This one. Sick 'em. Over here. All yours, Torgal. Get him.
Nice hit.
This one. Get him. Over here. Farewell.
Just a few more fights, then I'll head to the story. Which, if at any point this webcam is intrusive, let me know. I'll get rid of it. In fact, I'll be moused over it just in case.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
I'm going to kill them. I'm going to kill every last one of them.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first time.
I ain't got much, but what's mine is yours.
Still not an upgrade. Wonder if I'm just not going to get upgrades anytime soon.
Much obliged. I suppose we won't be seeing you again.
Excuse me.
Physical green
What
screen.
was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. We're going hunting for outlaws. How do you like that, boy?
So the villagers are just helping them. That's atrocious.
There was a time my husband might have stood up to those men. Though back then, he wouldn't have needed to.
I mean, I can set this to be an automated one, but it eats up a lot of GPU, one. It also does weird things with the microphone here.
Word is, Port Isolde's closed their gates to all but the Highborn, and now a great camp sprung up along the walls. What are those mates?
Run along now, before one of the boys starts thinking you're something you're not.
Himkins.
Two more left to join the garrison this very morn.
At this rate, there'll be none left to help with the harvest.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen him, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shield. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned him in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think
Feels
these
weird being up here, but at least this way I'm not covering the
firebrands
text.
last year?
I don't know,
How'd you get it?
but we need to find out.
I'm glad I looked over and noticed that.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Is that your customer service voice, Clive?
Stranger's a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way.
Best place is in the bottom of the screen.
These people live with a knife to their throats.
Sadly, yes, seems that way.
In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black
Bottom left
Shields are
will
looking
work.
for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Mark,
It's going to be about the same on either side.
and Rosari would have
honestly.
the courage to stand against the Empire. A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Might be better to just hide it altogether, if it's going to get in the way like that. I could make it smaller. What, bottom left is the best option? We have two options right now. We can leave it in the bottom left, or we can just turn it off. What do you think? Because this is already pretty small. Yeah, this thing's only 600 pixels wide. I mean, I can make it smaller. There, how's that? That's considerably smaller without being gone completely. Which means I could probably put it back on the right now. That way at least I'm still correctly looking left. Let me go ahead and hide. Because we don't need the audio visualizer right now. Was it too small now? We'll try it there for now. If it still covers subtitles, I may just get rid of it. It's not the end of the world.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
I'm perfectly fine with that, Jill. That means I get to do more combat. Fallen.
Ever since the Apollo tree, we've seen more echoes.
What do you think is waking you? Oh, the Mother Crystal's collapsed?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
This one. This one.
So that's where it needs me to go. It's easy to forget this game doesn't have a minimap.
This one. Over here.
It would behoove me to explore. Especially because these fuckers are here. Oh, and I will gladly kill them.
More of my mother's men.
I prefer Ifrit. Well, Ifrit and Phoenix. It's exploding. Can I say just how nice it is this game just doesn't make me have to worry about my allies? Like, I don't even have to bother. Oh, there's a treasure chest. It's like this game was made for me. Because I prefer controlling just one character and going ham. And that's exactly what I get to do. I want to fight it. I will fight you later.
piece of candy.
Or fallen. Greetings and salutations to you, Flustered Button. I've been live for about an hour now. Technically only 30 minutes of which has been spent on any gameplay.
You also missed some technical assortments, such as resizing the camera and moving it.
We're slowly getting the points we need to grab other skills. Very slowly.
Ah,
Blood.
Blood.
Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel.
I'm going to take your head.
We owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
You have no oath to swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield in this
I think it annoys me more, honestly, that they're so similar to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Also high sticks.
Hello.
Let me just do this real quick. There we go. That's proper.
Now who's similar to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn?
The Black Shields. They say similar things and it annoys me.
They do, yes.
It annoys me greatly. Also, about your size now. I had to shrink the web camera because, it was covering subtitles.
Ah!
So. I left one alive? That doesn't sound like me.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Is he a fucking Dark Souls character? Wheezing laugh right at the end?
Mm-hmm. The Black Shield are just edgy little fucks, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Can't wait to see how many people in 14 designed to make their glamours look like that.
I've already seen a couple people going around as Black Shields. Or trying to, anyway.
Also, here you go. That way you can actually hear things.
Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
That's what I expected.
Yeah.
Surprised they're not on fire, though. Although they did say they came with a message. I'm sorry, what? That was that one soldier's face from the very start of the game, wasn't it?
This was my
Tyler,
doing.
his name was.
Might just be
A reused
trauma
face.
on Clive. Reused face or trauma on Clive's part making him see that.
I don't know.
He doesn't know how Tyler died. He doesn't even know he died.
But this.
There.
Clive.
Can we kill your mother yet, Clive?
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it.
I'd settle for just ending her. But sure, figure things out. Not that there is anything to learn.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
It seems like a lot of trouble to set one up inside the house.
Yeah.
Now, if they just used pre-existing wood from the ruin, that would make sense. Like that pole there. But no, these are newly planted poles.
I mean, the Black Shields work directly for Clive's mother. She'd go this far.
That's true.
To prove a point.
Ah, more dead people.
Also, I'm glad they have you scare the birds away.
Yeah. It's a nice touch.
Nonsense.
Ooh, piece of candy.
I suppose it is kind of tonal whiplash for me to be sitting here like, what complete nonsense, and then go,
ooh, piece of candy.
A little bit.
Run away, birds. It's not feeding time yet. Soon you'll be dining on noble blood.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
I like how the normal chocobos aren't a standard target.
No, they don't think back unless you attack them manually. Or if you try to fight near them.
It occurs to me that I should maybe have a range ability.
You are very much melee right now.
Which is fine, except the remove thing. I'm gonna be honest, I'm getting rid of remove the first chance I get. First time I get any other summon, I'm getting rid of remove.
I know. I know which. I kind of figure out of all of them which three you're mainly going to use. And I don't see Ramu on that list.
Didn't happen to come by way of Old Hill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
Oh, then you already know what happened, don't you?
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
Hush now. You didn't hear nothing.
Look, I already have the unfortunate knowledge that Clive's mother is going to die. That's been spoiled for me. I just don't know the how. Although I've seen people say it's unsatisfying, so I'm expecting we don't actually get to kill her.
I won't say anything about her manner of death. But it's more satisfying than her not dying. Because a lot of people thought she wasn't going to die at first.
Oh, I'd settle for eternal torment.
Honestly, fair.
They tell us there's a curfew that refuses passage back to our homes.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
The gates are closed! Be gone!
Well, if I could attack you, I would.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
The Empire would have us live in the Deadlands.
Well, specifically, Annabelle would. Because you're not her and you're not noble, therefore you're not worth anything.
You'll find no succor to the South Travellers, nor beyond the Buet. The Empire has seen fit to banish us from our own land.
Don't go thinking you'll find refuge in the houses outside Port Isolde. The place is a wretched hive of thieves and blackguards.
Now that means it'll be a thieves' guild. Probably have some connections.
Right?
Also, this music is very near reminiscent.
Isn't it?
Get him!
That's a crab.
Hey.
Let's make Monty crab.
Over here!
That reminds me of the crab roguelike that came out a while ago.
Game is overpowering your audio currently.
Get him! This one.
I will say your microphone has gotten sort of quieter over the past few weeks.
I think it's starting to die.
Probably.
I have had this headset for a few years now.
Let me see if I can boost you up some other way. Like, I can add filters to the Discord audio to add gain.
Gotcha. I think I'm as high as I can go without picking up background noise on my end.
How does he sound now, chat? Admittedly, he's going to sound fine in normal gameplay, but once fight starts.
Once combat starts.
Which, hey, right over here.
I needed that.
Go ahead and try to talk now.
But yeah, have you seen anything about that the crab game that came out a while ago?
You mean the one where you have the sword and whatnot?
The one that people are saying are like Risk of Rain with crabs.
I've not seen that, no. People are saying it's better.
Good.
On my end, the game is still overpowering you a good bit.
Huh.
I wish I could, Citric, but that's as high as the game goes. So not only do I have you maxed in Discord, I've also got you maxed on OBS.
Oh, wow. But yeah, it's literally just called Crab Champions, and it's from the same guy that did the Crab Rave. It is delightfully stupid.
Love that dive attack.
It is very nice.
Especially because you can combo after it.
I like how flowy the combat in this game is. Like, there's no actual stop to your combo if you do things correctly.
I will say, I'm probably not going to be on a very high level with the combat in this game. Because I've seen what the likes of Sunni Legend does. It's like,
yeah.
Nope, that's beyond me. That is completely beyond me. I'm just glad I can manage a parry.
Can you imagine you not being able to parry in a game?
Can you imagine not being able to dodge in a game? Like Lies of P?
Look, I can dodge in Lies of P. They're just, for some godforsaken reason, undodgeable attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
Oh yeah, she would have eliminated all challengers to the throne.
Mm-hmm. She would have taken out anyone who sympathized with her husband.
Which would have been everyone because he was
her
well
late
liked.
husband. Yep.
This one. Go for it. Now, Torgal. Attack. Sickle. Go for it. It's over.
Would have very much been a bend the knee or cut the throat situation.
Yeah, the dodge in Lies of P is miserable. It's really, really miserable.
Yeah. I was upset.
Ignition is one of the most satisfying moves in this game.
It's really satisfying.
hope that game doesn't come out in September. I have little enough money as is.
This one.
Don't like Ramu.
He's not your
really
playstyle.
don't like Ramu.
Ramu is much more my playstyle.
Very much so.
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
He's a very magic and combo heavy thing.
My children are starving!
Have mercy.
Voice-rinsed dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
I think they'll probably kill you themselves.
Hang you jealous bastards! Those crystals belong to us all!
I said, where were you, filth? Back to your stall! Cut you down where you stand!
Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in.
Why don't we just carve our way in, hmm? Enough with the sneaking around, let me just murder the fuckers.
You don't want to be found at the moment, though, is the thing.
This stream's gonna go about 4 hours, and that's it.
Or at least bribe them.
I suspect
Afraid I don't
everyone
have
in
time
that
for much
crowd
more
thought
than
the
that.
same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble.
Of course.
The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
Yeah,
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned.
the music's just really reminiscent of
Do you
Nier.
think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
Should I say again how much I detest
The good news
nobility,
is we haven't seen a single
aristocracy?
black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Because building tunnels so you could visit a place without having to walk amongst the rabble? You should have your arms ripped off and be beaten to death with them.
It was a different time.
Now
I
we know why
don't
the
care.
refugees didn't come here.
I know.
Looking, then?
It's a poor excuse.
Fun thing is, there's certain elements in the world today that are trying to bring that notion back.
Mm-hmm.
Mark my words, if it does come back, I will become a murderer. And they will be my targets. The French absolutely had it right with the guillotines.
This is nothing.
Yeah, one of the last good ideas they had.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Generally corporations are effectively, their board members and investors and shareholders are becoming the aristocracy. Especially with how much they invest into politics. Basically, history repeats itself. We'll be lucky if we get by without another Dark Age soon.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
I'm a visitor and your first idea is to pull a blade?
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Okay, if you want to die. I have no qualms with it.
Or not.
You fools don't stand a chance. What made you think this was a good idea?
I don't know you have magic like that.
And whose fault is that? Technically Tarya, because she removed the brand.
Exactly.
Sucks to be them.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
Wait, is that?
The blessing of the Phoenix.
He didn't die.
Can't be. I was there when you died.
He didn't die!
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us.
How'd he get away?
Founder, it really is you.
It is.
Oh, I'm happy.
So wait.
I was waiting for you to get to this part.
Is Tyler still alive?
We can speak inside.
I can't get rid of the smile on my face. I'm happy he's alive.
Sir Wade.
He was right next to Joshua, though. Name is Tyler.
Those who wouldn't bend the knee.
But
We
Joshua's
left
the
before
Phoenix.
the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire.
Especially now that more of them are dead.
But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
So Wade, the Black Shields are broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready.
Yeah, Clive has a new half-brother.
This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else.
It's been, what, 18 years?
If I do nothing, then the blood of their
About.
next victims will be on my hands.
Okay, they're fair game. They're about to be half alive and then unalive.
Well, we don't know when she had the new boy.
We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
Like, I'm extremely happy that Wade is alive, but is currently being overwritten by my overwhelming rage towards Annabella.
Also, they call themselves the Guardians of Flames, which now makes sense why the one Black Shield was mocking the Guardians of Flames.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I haven't streamed this since the start of the month.
Yeah, you didn't like. Well, I mean, when he was the one that was dying a while back, that Clive was talking to, the one I told you about, the people that were dead in the next town. But you were too mad at Annabella to pick that up.
Sorry about that, Monty sent me something.
Ah.
I suppose we owe you our thanks. You spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the mud.
Spared you? That doesn't sound like me. Did they cutscene bullshit this?
You didn't kill any of the people that you were fighting, yeah.
Ugh. If people challenge me, they should be killed. Unless I like them. And they get to live.
I mean, these are all former comrades of yours.
Doesn't mean I like them.
That's fair.
What is it you require? Will that be all?
Desert Rose. I don't own any. I should buy some. Like I'm hurting for money.
Mm-hmm.
As you wish, my lord. Will that be all? May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Every time I see a new crafting material, I try to at least buy 30 to 50 of them.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
Sir Wade, the bearers from Oldale have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
You know that free trial is getting expanded to cover Stormblood too, right?
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Give me a moment. I'm responding to my girlfriend. That is, if Discord's GIFs would, load. Why is only one loading?
Discord has been really weird on how it's doing some stuff lately.
It might be because I'm streaming at the moment. I do not say it weird. It is GIFs.
I mean, if you spell it out, yeah.
I spell it out. There's no saying it wrong with the way I say it. Okay.
You got Wade in your party now.
We'll keep them from the bridge. Don't you worry.
You'd better. Brother Wade's life depends upon it.
Brother Wade? Torgal. Good boy. Who's a good boy?
Now feel good, boy.
They made him dangerously fluffy.
They did.
Oh no, I call lasers lasers. I call PNGs, well, PNGs. JPGs are, well, JPGs, unless they're JPEGs, in which case they're JPEGs. BMPs, WMAs, MP4s, MP3s.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
These GIFs are loading so slowly. Guess I'll just use text. Like a heathen. Ever since I learned how to speak primarily in GIFs, I've tried to maintain that as much as possible.
Uh-huh.
It's fun trying to find the right ones to send. You know, he does kind of look like the Crystarium outfit. Mixed with Crypt Lurker.
A little bit, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. And yes, apologies, I was distracted by my girlfriend. She is adorable and I love her. She's also a massive nerd. You'll never watch this, so I get to get away with saying that.
Look at me sideways. How was the blast?
Come along now.
The bastards are lucky on you.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
And yeah, Arcolf, clips do exist.
Oh, I know.
What is it now?
I just don't know how they work on
told
YouTube.
you. We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame!
I'm going to enjoy this far more than I should.
For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Where are they? The one there.
Oh, hello, precious.
Over here!
You know what's sad? I pressed L1 to parry like I was in God of War.
Nice.
Bloody hell!
I was in complete disrespect mode.
Get him!
The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't be flattered.
Get him!
Again?
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it,
I like his armor,
you have
though.
proven our point that this land is in dire need of cleansing.
That was the Ring of Thorns animation. You bitch! Give me back my Ring of Thorns!
I was hoping you'd catch that.
No, 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 you're giving me back my Ring of Thorns!
So wait.
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You ain't finish him.
Thank you for getting near me, you fool! Weakling. Absolute weakling. Waste of my time.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being.
No, they're gonna come in force.
Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A
No.
sound strategy, my lord.
Let me slaughter them. Literally, all your problems could be solved by throwing me at them. Am I wrong? They're not going to send Bahamut here. I want to fight him anyway.
I know you want to fight Bahamut.
I want to fight
You
Bahamut.
have to wait. You have to wait.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Clive gets so many pins. He's like a pin collector at this point.
Be sure that you do.
He's a
I don't
Boy
want
Scout.
my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
So how did you survive?
Remember, Sir Tyler was also badly wounded.
I know.
Before.
Go on now, my lord.
They were both consumed by the flames.
Yes.
And if they were healing flames, like you seem to be indicating, Tyler would have been healed.
Yes.
Meanwhile, and of course his mother would say that he's dead.
Dating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Instead of just, you know,
Not a chance.
saying he was scripted.
Uh-huh.
Those are heavy footfalls.
Alright, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Well, he had an axe, so you're not wrong.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue!
You want to fight?
You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to her serene holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod.
Game he played as a kid.
Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
I love how Jill has no idea how to react.
Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way to get him. A game only he would recognize.
Curse thee.
Yep.
Infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see
He's
thy
crying.
charge once.
Mm-hmm.
Bravo, Uncle.
So adorable.
You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you.
That was really well done.
You always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach.
I fucking love this guy.
Sit.
Oh, he's such a good guy. I love him.
See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
That was really well done.
It was adorable.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive.
Damn.
The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been... Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on
I
my
love
nephew's
this.
greatest failing.
Aww.
The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, Who shall we pillage first?
I fucking love this guy.
Fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
I fucking love this guy.
I figured you would have Byron will be one of your top characters, honestly.
Nothing had better happen to him. Nothing had better happen to Byron.
Over there. Go on.
Over there.
She's
Go
a fine
on.
ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Oh, you know, years of torture, torment, mental and physical trauma.
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's.
You're not wrong.
I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path.
Okay, Ardbert.
To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
What? You said the same line Ardbert did.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Oracle's so fluffy.
Yeah, he is.
I always hate it when we can only go back.
But
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Side quests.
It will be over soon. One way or another.
One way or another.
A sea voyage
Gonna
this
find
time, is
ya.
it?
I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna get DMCA'd if I continue.
How did we never
What you got for me, Moogle? Nothing. Also, that middle one looks like a Mamulja.
doesn't it?
Yeah, see it there?
Yep.
Looks like Mamulja. And that's fucking Finmare. Well, no, that's a Void Hound.
Yeah?
I'm recognizing all the 14 models.
It's neat, ain't it?
What you got for me, Gaunt?
Clive.
Gauche. Whatever the fuck your name is.
Anything catch your eye?
Absolutely nothing, apparently.
Always something in there.
What do you have for me?
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot.
Nothing.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
Plus
There are
sign.
new billets being posted.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while.
Is he
Normally
sober or
takes
something?
A couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what you say?
Does he respect Clive? He didn't seem to in the past.
Fine.
I mean, he's still around,
If
ain't
you
he?
think it will help.
Knew you'd
Yeah.
understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
You know, if this is just my own experience, it's actually pretty weird for me that the most common voice is that higher-pitched voice like he has. A lower voice like Clive's or like mine is considered unusual. In fact, in most media you see, even just most people you meet out and about, they have fairly mid-tone to higher-tone voices.
Yep.
How did we never hear?
Mid-tone voices are the norm.
I mean, how do you think I feel just hearing the depth of my voice all the time? If you ever wonder why I complain about character creation voices, and the fact that this is especially bad in Street Fighter 6, they label certain voices deep, but they're mid-tone to high-tone. They're not actually deep. And then the ones that are deep sound like this for some reason, because this is apparently as deep as people can go. Like, why do you have to add the growl to sound like you're deep? It's called lower your diaphragm. Less energy means lower voice.
Uh-huh.
And also a lot of spicy food. For countless years. I know not what damage I've done to my vocal cords, but it has resulted in my voice.
Against the gloom of bygone days, do motes of flame take flight. From glowing embers, beacons blaze to see us through the night.
What do you have for me?
I didn't take you for a scholar, Ivan.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Even
I'll
Morble?
stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first tunnel worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Sure.
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, Dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea
It's
what
those
they
plant
are.
monsters.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
This is actually a common problem in trying to recreate old recipes because they use different names for a lot of common shit we have today.
Yeah, and plus Old English had different spellings for everything.
Yep.
Like unwanted is unwanted. That implies monstrous. Thus, I settled on those plants immediately. I tell you, trying to read Old English is a trip.
This one till we finished.
Oh, it's so much fun. And like, my friend sent me a message a while back because she was reading an old recipe, and it called for Eye of Newt.
believe you've read this
And she's like,
particular chapter
what
before.
the fuck is that? I'm like, it's mustard seed.
Mm-hmm. It's like most things that
the tomes?
have witches, like
Eye of Newt, bubble bubble, toil and trouble.
Mm-hmm.
It's just cooking.
Yep.
People don't get it.
younger brother of Archduke Elwyn, and he should have been the one to take the throne, not Annabelle. Oh, he was stripped of his titles, that's why.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad Sir Wade survived. Look how old he's gotten.
Yeah. It's been close to 20 years, Arcolf.
And?
I bet you looked pretty different 20 years ago.
Oh, not really. I mean, the beard was already growing in because 20 years ago was...
yeah.
I was like 4th grade, my voice was developing. Admittedly, I had a lot more hair back then.
Yeah, I wasn't shaving my head back then either. Was getting the beard. So many detentions in high school because I was just too lazy to shave in the morning.
Oh yeah, you had the Christian school.
Yeah, I went to Catholic school, so I had to be clean shaven every day.
Ugh.
And because of how fast it grew in, I had to shave every morning, basically.
Look, back when I had a office job, like retail and whatnot, I did shave. Like food service, I kept it shaved down. And the last time I went into a job interview, I was clean shaven. I looked like fucking Mr. Clean. Bald head, bald chin. Never again.
I haven't been clean shaven in years. I refuse.
If I ever work a desk or retail job again, it's gonna be one that lets me keep my beard.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps me warm in the winter.
How am I supposed to stay warm? There's nothing on my head. By the way, I wonder if you can notice that when I cover my bald head, the entire web camera screen darkens.
Uh-huh.
1, bald, so reflective. 2, pale as a ghost, highly reflective. You may as well call me Snowflame. And no, I'm not that comic character. Snowflame got his superpowers from cocaine.
monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
He's not a monster. He's Torgal. And he'd take a liking to you too if you gave him as many nuts as Nan does.
I fucking love Goots. Oh, look at Torgal!
Yeah.
Is it business or pleasure? Go on then.
There's still nothing new to buy. Are they just never going to have new stuff?
You're in a dry part of getting new things to buy.
Finished, are you?
So much for meeting him at the forge.
First August, and now you. What are you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like heavy, clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for? Now piss off.
Let me go find your stupid armor.
Going? I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him.
Storm cloud full of
At least
ale.
for a stupid piece of leather.
Greetings to you, Kev.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Glad to hear it. First things first, then.
Cuirass?
I need to speak to Karen.
I always just called it a cuirass.
Technically, the most proper pronunciation of it in this form of English is cuirass, yes.
So I guess with American English it'd just be cuirass. Because we don't elongate things like that.
Because we don't put as much stress on certain syllables, yeah.
Well, I guess it's called a cuirass because it covers your ass. But still, cuirass.
English is a weird language. Yep, English is a weird language.
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite
Sounds so
example
weird
of
in
the craft,
conversation,
from
too.
what he told us.
He ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels.
Oh, it's a chess piece, yes, but chess pieces have
but
tassels.
the fellow who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, He's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe... Caer Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
I like Lady Karen, too.
It sounds like
There's
going
too
after
many
that
good
griffin
characters
might
in
be the
this,
best chance we
honestly.
have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
These periods of downtime just make me sleepy.
Well, you have a new hut now.
That is true.
Yeah, some hunts are tied to side quests, so if you don't do the side quest, you don't get that hunt.
How did we never hear about these Guardians of the Flame?
Well, they said it was Caer Northern. That is literally the Ishgardian Griffin. Okay.
Yeah.
Passing along the trail from Lostwing to Caer Norvent. Trail from Lostwing to Caer Norvent. That means the lower trail. Okay. Something in my eye. Let's just go from Lostwing. As a reminder again for people in the chat, if you see me looking over to the left, that is because I'm looking at you. Specifically, right here is chat. If I'm looking over here, it's because I'm judging sticks.
Good day to you.
Have to put the paws on? Oh, you're the lady that was inviting me into your boudoir.
It's all good spin.
Oh yeah, she's still doing her thing. Should be along this path. Alright.
The crystals we get from the tailor.
They said the trail to Caer Norvent.
Yeah, but sometimes it's outdated information, so you had to check a little bit further along some paths and stuff.
I'll scan the whole area if I have to. I like all this foliage.
It is very nice.
Why am I yawning? I haven't even eaten anything. Can't be the itis. Ooh, piece of candy. By the by, just a little notice for people. Today is August 1st, Tuesday. Tomorrow, Wednesday, August 2nd, at 10 a.m., the next little part of Tears of the Kingdom will be going up. I've split them into hour and a half long videos. It's just taking some time to edit them down, so they're going up as I get them done. One following that will be on a Friday. those sticks.
Yes.
Shot in the dark. How long until I get my next primal? Icon.
You are a while off.
Fuck, I'm stuck with Ramu that long?
Would you like a number of main quests before you get it?
Sure. Although, with the way you said that, I now understand why people said I was not halfway through the game, despite what the percentage told me.
Yeah, no, you're close, but some of the quests you're on are pretty lengthy. So counting the one you're on now, there are 4 quests before you get your next primal.
Did not hear a word you said. Completely overpowered you.
Like, just like main quest names, you're 4 away, but some of them are very long.
Got it. These things aren't anywhere near enough of a level to be a threat to me right now.
No. I just drove past them when I did this side quest. I just hopped on Ambrosia and just rode past them.
I mean, I would, but they're still giving me a lot of skill points.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I want all the skill points. Iremites? Have I fought these before already? Right, I have. They're called Carlamos. Okay, it has not been that long. Why is this already low?
I love God of War. Close to 8 hours. Started dying. 16. Nope, not lasted.
It's only been 2 hours. At this point, I'm genuinely wondering if something's wrong with this, because I had left it charging all night. Battery could just be going out. One moment. We plug this up, since I'm actively using
There we go.
Hopefully the green screen is still in place.
It is.
I don't think I hit it.
Yep, it's still in place.
Sorry about that.
Or it's better than letting the controller die on you mid-combat.
Yeah, that'd be unfortunate. True, but that's if I focus on story. When have I ever been known for doing that? Do feel kind of bad for these wargs.
A little bit.
I'm kind of brutalizing them.
They shouldn't give us skill points then.
They are a good amount of skill points. Actually, you know what? Give me just a moment. I need to get a drink. Because empty.
You're out. Yep. Go ahead.
So, be right back.
Oh, I love how the music decided to just cut off while I was away. Apologies for taking so long. There was an English Mastiff that needed pets. And a treat. And for me to throw his toy down the hall so he could run after it and bring it back.
Understandable. And yes, we've just met Lord Byron.
Yep. Also, one of these days... I'm trying to think of more ways to use this web camera. I was thinking... maybe one of these days... I can just do like a little... I don't know... review, walkthrough of the homebrew we make. Like the ones that already exist, of course.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Because if it's a short enough video, I could also just put it on the DM's Guild, and then, you know, people wouldn't have to go with just the preview images. They'd be able to watch a video about it. Or,
yeah.
You know, we could explain our reasoning, shit like that.
True. Yeah, it could be fun.
I very seriously doubt you'll ever see the pup. Because he's fucking huge.
I bet it's a massive.
Like if he stands on his hind legs, he can put his paws on my shoulder. And I'm 6 foot. Where am I going? Look, I get distracted easily.
Understatement.
Chronolith? What?
It's the same as the one back at the hideaway. Doesn't seem to be working, though.
What's a chronolith?
It's what you use to do your training.
Although, that's the Eretis Stone. The Hand of Iapetus. I don't know what that's for. I wonder if I can go back inside Cairn Orbit yet.
For easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
That is a griffin-ass griffin. That is literally the 14 model. I have this mount. Ooh, nice hit. You're actually a good level for me.
Get him. Over here.
Nice try. Gotcha. Like fighting a mini Garuda.
Yeah, I like a lot of the hunt enemies are really fun to fight.
I see it. Nice. I see it.
Nicely done.
That was not nicely done. I got my ass kicked.
Did you win though?
Unfortunately.
Is something there, boy?
Oh, look who's still alive.
Could that be our man?
Wait, hold on. Very important. Oh, I was a good boy. That was not nearly long enough. So fluffy.
Are you all right?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off.
Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear.
Hmm.
Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
That's fair.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you.
Sorry, I was checking the sizing on the camera.
Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
Clive's just a big old softy.
Yeah, he is.
I may as well complete the other one while I'm out.
Makes sense.
Potion seller.
What you
I need your strongest potion. Several of them, actually.
Thanks very much. There you go.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other, don't we? So, I'll price them turnips.
He's not called a butcher, he's called a flesher.
Welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got the goods. What can I do you for?
Unwanted violets, if you have them. Though I'd gladly settle for learning what they are if you don't.
Why, I haven't heard folk call them that since I was a lad. You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked purple when you
I thought they were the plants.
Hence the name. Used to chuck them in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer. When there was a war on, that sort of thing. Thankfully, times aren't yet as hard as that. And even if they were, you wouldn't find anyone selling them these days.
Do the scorpions still live nearby?
I dare say they do. 3 Reeds would be your best bet, if memory serves.
Thank you. You've been most helpful.
You know, you could at least pay the man for his help.
Right?
Like a couple of coins wouldn't go remiss.
Stay sharp.
Don't you go causing any trouble now.
Do you really think you could stop me if I did? Do you?
Bokucho time.
I love that Ambrosia's still alive, too.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm just sad we lost the Lord Commander.
Also, look at her. Look how pretty she is with her eye patch.
Mm-hmm.
Kindred spirit right there. If I had a spirit to kindle, that is.
Scorpions. Please don't know what I'm up against.
Over here!
Forgetting the xenomorph is a killer?
Oh, wow.
That's really good.
This one.
I really want to play Dead by Daylight more, but it's a matter of finding people to play it. Finding the schedule to play it. Because it requires 5 people.
Yeah.
And I've not heard great things about the community you find just playing randomly. So it's definitely play with friends.
I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad.
Did you find our mystery ingredient?
Yep, scorpion tails.
I did indeed.
Marvelous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your unwanted violet.
Into the pot it goes, I suppose. Wait here. I won't be long. I present Chance's Stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity.
It should have
Grab a
stayed
spoon,
there.
Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm not hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss.
By all means.
Odin's teeth. What the salt on the senses. It's like choking on swamp water.
That's what I was thinking, Taryn.
And yet, up through the pungency, there rise complex, meaty notes. It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavours, but never have I tasted anything so fine. Thank you, Sid.
It literally looks like one of the dishes you make when you combine the monster clumps with stuff.
I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's Stew sits before everyone in the hideaway.
Please don't tell them I
A single
helped you.
mouthful, and Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
I'm sure she will.
Please don't tell them I helped you. I'd rather not be blamed. Badge of metal. Oh, defense plus 30. I won't use that.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady.
And with a bit of luck.
Here you go.
How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards. He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leatherworking community.
We just got the secret
We better
recipe.
keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself. Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely.
And he'll probably die for it
How much
eventually.
oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a Cursebreaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. Nah, it wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted. I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
Oh, so you have to unlock recipes.
Yep.
What'd you need? So, what'll it be?
Electrum. Oh, it's a hunt.
Yep. They're nice enough to narc what's a hunt material for you.
There's also gelatinous mass for Drakeslayer's bracelets.
Anything else?
Guess that means I have 2 new hunts available, huh? Or maybe not.
Yeah,
We'll
just
see.
because you have the material doesn't necessarily mean they unlock right away.
What do you mean, Taryn? Monty wants to play this game.
How did we never hear about these guardians of the flame?
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Is everything we've received and everything promised? You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Oh, Electrum. She'll be fine. This means she'll be more happy to murder the thing that has it. Oh, right, the reading table. I'm sorry, I just cannot stop yawning. As much as I don't want to, I may actually end this before we continue the story. I like Wade.
Wade is awesome.
Gav, please get an eye patch. You would look so much cooler. Yep. I think we'll actually go ahead and end it there. It'll be just shy of the 3-hour mark, but better to cut it here while I'm still cognizant, rather than going through the story when my attention's dropping further and further. Now, I don't have the option to raid anyone, so I'm afraid we are just going to have to end it here. But thank you all so much for tuning in. And thank you for bearing both with the webcam and with figuring out the sizing and placement for it. But with that in mind, when I'll be back to 16, probably this coming Tuesday. At least for this month, I'm going to try to stream this every Tuesday at noon Eastern Time. I'm going to try to stay consistent with that.
Gotcha.
Let's see, tomorrow, 10 a.m., next part of Tears of the Kingdom should be going up. Then Friday, 10 a.m. More or less, you've probably noticed I'm trying to keep things consistent. Videos will be going up at 10 a.m. Live streams like this will be happening at noon. Now, when we get to September, that's going to change because Tuesdays will be Baldur's Gate 3 with Cheru, Bracky, and Eric. I'll figure out another day for 16 when that time comes. But for now, my schedule's pretty set. I think tomorrow I'm going to try to stream over on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Arcolf, which most of you already know. Probably more God of War. The 2018 game. New Game Plus run. So, keep that in mind. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And I hope you all have a wonderful morning, noon, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Goodbye.
Bye, chat.